that thing? What's that thing called where like people have money, but they've got like a thrive to actually steal things?
Like a kleptomania.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Yeah,
so I've got a friend whose ex-girlfriend used to love stealing tips from pubs.
Oh wow.
She used to get a real. She's minted.
Yeah.
She used to like get like a real thrive off like stealing tips from pubs. But then like they're not together anymore. And now when he tries to go to the pubs, they'll be like, "No, you're banned because your girlfriend stole all the tips."
Oh my god. Oh, someone's calling me.
Is this one flashing?
Yeah, the right.
Okay, cool.
I think I had a friend who was a kleptomaniac, but she was like proper on it with stealing. Like she'd like had the silver lined bags.
That's a bit
tinfoil bags.
Oh, she's like prepared. You're meant to like do it in the moment.
No,
supposedly.
No, I think that was just shoplifting. Because kleptomania is just you're a shoplifter, mate. Yeah, it's good vibes, good times. Oh my youth.
Are you obviously because you're a singer, right?
Yeah.
How much is the most you'd spend on tickets?
60 is my
60. 60 is quite low.
6, yeah.
Have you seen all the stuff with like with Beyonce's tickets?
Beyonce's tickets. She is a great. Everyone knows that, but I'm not paying them.
So the ones in the US are so expensive.
Yeah.
A lot of people who live in the States have actually said it's cheaper to fly to Europe, stay in Europe, and go to a gig. Because like tickets there average standing like £900, £1,000.
What?
But in saying that, I've got quite a few friends. So mine was 110, but mine was a birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
Big up, mum. But I have some friends that have spent like just under £400 for a ticket.
I think that's insane.
But then like, do you think? Do they charge? Do you ever charge? Are you ever in charge of how much you charge for your tickets?
No, that's the good. I don't think I've.
Do you know what I mean? So is it like does she charge it herself?
100%.
Do you reckon?
But then again, you have to also realize that Beyonce, she always has a whole team. She has dancers. She's gonna have the light. She's gonna have the costumes. So I feel like that
they all need to be catered for.
Yeah, I feel like there's also that needs to be taken into account. But personally, I wouldn't pay for that ticket because I'm not in that financial bracket to pay that. But if I was, hell yeah, I would. But right now, £60 is even pushing it, mate.
How much do your shows cost?
My shows are like £10. Like a £10 or like 20 quid max. So Far Sounds was 23.
Is that just you alone though, or is that you with other people?
Me with at least 2 people.
Okay, cool.
2 people. But if you come to see me, I think I'd honestly charge you maybe like a £10.
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, but like when you become big, though, you surely going to charge more than the £10.
Of course, but I think it depends how much I value myself and how much like I'm my own makeup artist. I just have a band. I don't have dancers. I don't have the whole lighting stuff.
Yeah.
So sounds like a shit gig, doesn't it?
No,
coming to one of mine.
Look at Adele's shows. She doesn't really have much going on. Hers are pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't really have much going on, but
I feel like but then saying that, I feel like if someone puts on a really good show, they don't need all that extra stuff. Mm-hmm. I've noticed where there have been some gigs where people aren't as good and having everything else as a good distraction. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you who I saw live and I wasn't that impressed. I'm really upset because I paid so much money. Lil Nas X.
It wasn't good.
He wasn't singing. He wasn't singing into his mic. Really good dancing, really cool costumes, very camp. But like he wasn't singing. And I thought, why have I paid a lot of money for this? More than £60 I can confirm.
That happens when more people are performers than more people focus on being entertainers than actual musicians.
My parents saw Whitney before she died, like within the last like year or two, and apparently they were like, honestly, like what? Because obviously her tickets wouldn't have been cheap, would they? And they were like, nah, what a waste of money. Apparently it was really, really bad.
Oh, but she was on crack. Of course it was bad. She was on crack. Bless her soul. I'm such a Whitney fan, like a Whitney stan.
Same.
But Whitney's last shows, everyone knows that she wasn't okay. We all know sis was not okay. So I think that's unfair. Had you gone to a Whitney show back in the day, you would have had your money's worth.
Have you seen her?
Who?
Whitney.
I wish.
Same.
Whitney's one of those people that I wish I'd seen live.
Who are like your faves? Like, give me 3.
Whitney. Amy. CeeLo Green.
Really? That's an interesting
I love
mix.
CeeLo Green.
I also love CeeLo Green.
So good.
Okay, cool.
Do you think he just makes music that makes you feel good?
Very much so, but I just think when you have Whitney and Amy and then CeeLo
Green. I feel like it's too depressing. The first two, yeah. And then CeeLo Green just livens it up.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Lizzo.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love Lizzo. She's very like feel-good music.
Yeah, she's dedicated her music to
Prince.
And just making positive music, which I think is really interesting.
For sure.
I think Liz. I'm so glad that Lizzo exists. It's so important.
And I feel like a lot of music, because I myself included, what I consume is quite like I don't want to say depressing, but my music is usually like love songs, breakup songs, heartache.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
You're a bit miserable.
Give or take. Or take.
What kind? Like Lana Del Rey miserable, or like some of
like Janae Aiko miserable.
Okay, bit toxic.
Bit freaky.
Okay, I get that. What's your go-to song right now?
At the moment, just probably Kill Bill.
Okay.
By SZA.
Okay.
Just the whole SZA album, I'd say. Do you like SZA?
I do enjoy
very good.
SZA.
Yeah,
I do.
Very good.
But you know what? Do you know what my problem is? I have this thing where I'm one of those people, I can't listen to what everyone else is listening to.
I hear that.
Then I feel like I'm conforming. And you know, I'm not trying to be that beg. That's like different.
Yeah.
But I genuinely love listening to like artists that are like, oh, no one knows this person. I feel like I own them.
So if I was to ask you now, would you not say? Or
not say who?
Like who your people are currently?
Oh my, there's a girl called Saba Abraham. Exactly. No. And I think that's why I love them so much.
Like low-key gatekeeper.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Because I feel like sometimes a lot of people with artists have that thing that when they blow, they're like, oh, I'm not interested.
And I kind of like hate it where like they've got so much exposure and you've been loving them for so long. And it's like, I've been loving this person for 4 years.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Frank Ocean, right?
Yeah.
When he used to do SoundCloud.
No way.
Yeah, like
No
proper
way.
like 2009, like 10. I remember when Channel Orange came out and everyone was like, oh, I love Frank Ocean. Have you heard this? I was like, yep, 4 years ago. Get with the program. Kind of kills it a bit, doesn't it?
It does. The artists I love now, I pray that God grants them all the success. But I just don't want the world to know about you and our relation. You know what I mean? Like Saba Abraham, Raye the Giant, absolutely obsessed with their album right now. Green Tea Peng. I love Green Tea Peng.
See, I don't know any of these.
You don't know Green Tea Peng?
Uncultured, some would say.
You'd love Green Tea Peng.
I'm going to listen to them on the way home.
You would really enjoy it. Like, you'd actually be like, you know what, this is actually a goddamn vibe.
This like wasn't in the plan, but I'm going to ask you because I need to know. What's your skincare routine?
My skincare routine?
You have really nice skin.
Oh, thank you.
So like when I look at people, right, just in general, like anyone, whether I'm attracted or just like friends or whatnot, the thing I look for is good skin and teeth, and you've got both. What's your skincare routine?
So I drink a lot of water. Can't lie, and I don't drink out the tap. That's another thing. I don't know what it is. I feel there's
a lot. No, London water as well. I understand completely. Up north water, bit different, but London, I get that.
Yeah, I refuse to drink out the tap. I think I can smell the chlorine. I can actually smell the chlorine in the London tap. It's disgusting. Drink a lot of water. I literally steam my face maybe once, twice a week. And I'd honestly say I just wash it loads with like a gel scrub. And I know you shouldn't do that actually. Apparently,
you'd be surprised how many people don't have much knowledge on skincare. No. One of my boys, he washes his face with soap, like you know, like the bar soap that old people have soap. He's got really good skin though. I find that people that try really hard with their skin have worse skin. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I'm currently getting laser hair removal.
Oh wow, okay.
So I have like really bad like ingrown hairs.
Okay.
Like inevitably they just won't get rid. So I'm having laser hair removal at the moment, and honestly, like, I think the lady, she must hate me because it feels like your skin is literally burning. So I'm there sat in the chair, and she's there shooting shots at me. She's like, "Is it too painful?" I'm like, "A little bit, but I need this to go away. So please just carry on."
I think you have lovely skin. You've got like freckles and like high cheekbones.
It has gotten better, to be fair, since I started. I'm like 5 sessions in. Okay. It wasn't like this 5 sessions ago.
Would you get it on your armpits and that?
Do you know what? It sounds really bad, but because it's not on my face, I don't care. Like I've got it really bad here, like here. Okay. But like I don't know, because like my face is just so visible, which is kind of annoying because I kind of think like I should get rid of it because I want to get rid of it. But I mean, I do want to get rid of it because I want to get rid of it. But it's almost like I've had it before. People have said to you like, "Oh, what's up with your face? It's a bit flary, a bit angry."
Oh wow!
Do you know what I mean?
I'd never say that to someone, even if they're still.
Do you know what? Neither would I, funnily enough. But clearly, you and I are better people than most.
Yeah, it's something that you just kind of ignore, even though everyone can say.
Well, yeah,
but
yeah.
Still, it's rude because I feel like you make someone insecure. Because what if the person didn't even know that was wrong with their skin?
Yeah. Or if they're really insecure already and you've just enhanced that.
Yeah. Facts. You know, when I used to work in Lush, they used to be like, never assume. I used to work in Lush Cosmetics, maybe 2018?
Big up.
Loved it. I was sacked after 2 weeks because your girl is non-punctual. Anyway, I worked there 2 weeks. And one of the first things I told you, don't ever assume why a customer's there. Don't ever assume. Always ask them what they want. Don't just see someone who's suffering with acne-prone skin and just be like, oh, do you want to get rid of your acne? Actually, because what if they're not even there for that? What if they're not there? Exactly, it makes someone insecure. Don't do that. Facts, skincare 101. Yeah. Where have you worked before?
Do you know what? I've been a slave to the same place for the last 5 years.
Okay.
I can't say it on camera because my manager watches this and he might be like, don't say it, I'll tell you after. But to be honest though, I feel like I'm quite lucky at the moment. I've got a job where I go home and I don't think about it. So it's quite nice. So I can put all my focus into this. So when I go home and I haven't edited, I'll come home and do this and that. Whereas if I had a corporate job where I had to really use my brain, not that you don't have to use your brain for what I do, just use my brain more, I wouldn't have that what's the word? Option when I go home.
Okay. Fair.
Do you know what? This feels like a very surreal moment here and now. Obviously, I have a lot of artists come on here, but I love all the obviously, if you're watching, I love all the singers I have on. I'm very grateful. I think everyone's great, but I think you're probably the one that I've been manifesting for the longest, the one that I love the most. Because I think how long's it been? My concept of time isn't very good. I want to say 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Because you're music, literally, the EP, Damn If I Don't, was literally my lockdown saviour. I have a really cool memory of driving down the motorway, leaving a friend's house and being really pissed off at my friend and literally speeding along with the beat. I remember being I wish I was super pat. And then I thought, oh shit, you're going to drive into someone, calm the fuck down. But literally it feels very surreal to have someone whose music I've actually loved for such a long time to be talking to them. Honestly, from me to you.
Thank you so much. I just think that means so much to me, man. Honestly, thank you so much for inviting me and taking me podcast interview. This is just amazing.
How are you finding so obviously, how did you start? Were you a SoundCloud babe or a YouTuber? What's I
started covers. I just did covers on Instagram.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And I knew I wanted more for myself. I wanted to be something better than what I was. Sometimes environmental factors can almost scream a life of mediocrity at you.
Yeah.
You don't want. And I wanted just more and more and more for myself. And a security guard where I worked, I was working in retail at the time. I told him I was a singer. I was like, oh, I've got a friend who's a producer. Would you want to meet up with him? I was like, okay, cool. Ended up recording my whole EP there. And I was like, wow, I just recorded that. I just did that.
Yeah.
That's mine. I can release that. it was such an innocent time when I started making music. I literally started making music maybe 2018, 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was absolutely rubbish, but I had
you say this though, I really like that EP.
It was rubbish.
Honestly, damned if I don't. In the year of lockdown 2021.
Not damned if I don't. I'm talking about Indiscretions of My Youth.
No, I know, but but I don't give a damn. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn.
Indiscretions of My Youth.
Yeah. That is probably on my top 100 in 2021. What? I really like that song. I think it's good.
Thank you so much.
It's probably I would say it's one of my favourites, alongside with Fee Fives, Matilda. What's the other one that was big on TikTok?
Sunday Afternoon.
That's it, yeah. So is that right? I was talking to James about this.
Yeah.
So has that sound been taken from your song?
So basically, Sunday Afternoon I didn't even have TikTok.
Right.
And my song blew up on TikTok because I purchased the beat and I had the option to buy an exclusive of it. But because my lack of music was so basic back then.
Yeah.
Literally basic as anything. I didn't even know what an exclusive was. I just thought, yeah, 40 quid, that'll do. I mean, I didn't have any money. I'm 18, 19. I spent it on weed most likely.
Yeah.
And I bought the Sunday Afternoon beat, and then I didn't have TikTok. And what happened was the beat blew up on TikTok, and everyone Shazamming the song.
I remember it so well because I think it would have been just before I found your music.
Yeah.
Do you remember the TikTok sound? It was like da 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 da. I remember. I remember it so because it was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember it so well because it was when James shared it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Is this her sound from TikTok?" Then he was like, "Yeah, I think so, mate." Yeah. That's pretty sick.
It was interesting. So everyone's Shazamming the song and my song's coming up.
Yeah.
So I went from like 4 Shazams to like 4,000 Shazams to like 25,000 Shazams in like a week. I'm like, what is this? I remember literally going from like, it went from like 6,000 streams to like 100k, from 100k streams to like 250, and I was like, what?
Incredible.
What is going on? And I didn't even have TikTok. I didn't even have a TikTok account. And I didn't know that because basically what happened was because it became a challenge on TikTok, all these other SoundCloud rappers started jumping on it because guess what? I didn't buy the beat. I didn't buy an exclusive license.
So if you had of, would you have a lot more money?
And shit, honestly, it burns my soul to think about it. This is why knowledge is so important.
Do you know, I've never asked you that because I've been too scared to ask.
No, I don't mind talking about it. I feel like I don't mind talking about it. It's one of those, it's a lesson, like a life lesson. But honestly, I hadn't, this just goes to show my lack of knowledge.
But I guess, like, it's kind of good that, like, obviously, okay, you've lost on a bit of money, but like, but it gets redirected to your song more than not, right?
Yeah. It still gets redirected to my song. I've still got quite a good number of streams on it.
Yeah.
And I had so much exposure from it as well, like so much opportunities that it bred. And honestly speaking, it was one of those experiences that I feel like I had to go through that to learn. And this is why I'm at a music uni now.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to let something like that ever happen again. I refuse to just let something like a lack of knowledge just slip through me.
I feel like you do find though that, like, because I was reading this thing the other day, I don't know what the singer was, who the singer was even, and she was saying there needs to be literal classes put in place for up and coming artists with regards to like tax, revenue. There's just so many things that we don't have much knowledge on, and they know that and they take advantage of that, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah.
You're the one making the art, yet why is it like the white man who's the CEO who's making like taking back like 90% of what you're making? Honestly, and you wouldn't know any different, would you? Because you haven't got the knowledge. Honestly, hypothetically,
you're right. But I feel like artists owe it to themselves to investigate what they're doing.
Yeah,
I can't just sit here and blame this person for taking my money. Bubble, you should have been knowing. You should have been reading that contract. Even like for me, especially with ADHD, when I get contracts, I'm literally like, get the highlighter out. Oh my god, what does this mean? But it's important to read because then you know. And also going to a music uni and they explain and break down the business to you so that you know what you're getting yourself into is really important. I'd say for any artist independent, make sure you are reading your stuff. Read it, I beg. Read the blueprint.
How are you finding like live shows and stuff? Is that quite a recent thing for you?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple recently.
Yeah.
I need you to do them on Saturdays though, because I want to go to them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will.
Push to a Saturday. I'm there. I'll be at the front row.
I shall. Honestly, I love it so much. Honestly, in Birmingham, I never got booked. I never been booked. I think I was booked maybe for one. Oh, actually, tell you, the first time I was ever booked in Birmingham was Birmingham Pride.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that was my first ever booking, and it was. Do you know what? I was so gassed. I was so happy. I don't think happiness is. I was absolutely gassed, but I didn't really get booked. That was my first and maybe last. I think I had maybe one more, but it was pants. So I think I got booked twice in Birmingham. My whole music career there, and then I moved to London. Just like it's everywhere, and they're paying well. Some of them, I'm like, wow, this is the life I should be living. You know, really well. It's definitely a new thing, but I'm really enjoying it.
And you're still like at the very beginning, which is so exciting. Like I'm loving how I'm seeing you get all these like jobs and gigs, and it's just like literally like you've got so much more time left. You know, made to see it.
It's really fun, honestly. And I went to uni and I was able to recruit like a band. I I got like a guitarist, I got like a bass player, a drummer, a keys player now, and it just adds to that aesthetic that I always wanted to be. You know, I'm really great.
Okay, so obviously, I've got a show, a podcast, what you call it, called The Winning Side.
Okay.
So I've got a segment called Side to Side. Think of this as like a way. It's really bad. My stuttering's gotten really bad recently, so I'm like screaming into the mic.
I think it's cute. I
think it's stress.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stress, not stress.
Not like deep stress, just stupid stress.
Okay.
Like just like, oh, there's not enough cheese in the fridge or something. Like nothing like deep and important. Anyway, so I've got a segment called Side to Side, right? Obviously the winning side is what it's called, so Side to Side.
Yeah.
So the way this works is I give you like an option of two things.
Okay.
So you pick a reason and not a reason. English isn't my first language.
Okay. I hear thee.
So you pick one side and you give your reason for it, and I'll just give mine as well.
Okay.
This is personalised, so
Okay.
if you don't like it, I don't know how I'm going to react.
Quite open. Sure, I love it.
Okay. I can find it. Okay. Side to Side.
Mm-hmm.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Friends?
Oh. Okay. One, I'm torn because I'm black and I feel like I should choose the other
For the
one.
culture,
For
same.
the culture. But secondly, I've watched Friends way more than I've ever watched Fresh Prince of
Same.
Bel-Air.
But Friends is more accessible.
Yeah.
In all fairness.
Facts.
If the Fresh
Facts.
Prince was more accessible, I feel like I'd lean towards the Fresh Prince because I love Will Smith, love the whole cast. But Friends, you can't escape Friends.
No, and it's so good. Honestly, Friends is, I can literally name episodes.
Me and you both.
I am a Friends stan. I think Ross carried that show.
Really?
100%. When Ross got a tan, are you insane? Ross was probably the most hilarious person on that, in my opinion. Ross and Phoebe, mwah. The rest, it was good. Chandler had his moments, but Ross and Phoebe, are you crazy? Best ones, 100%.
So I want to say Fresh Prince for the culture, but like, Friends.
Friends, 100%.
I would have loved one of the characters to have been black, like out of 6 of them. But they do say, though, the director has always said, if I could turn back time, one of the main ones would be black.
Oh, but Ross did date a black girl, Charlie.
That is true.
He did, and she was dark skinned.
She was
nice.
yeah.
She was really hot. She was hot. But I don't think Monica date? No, none of them dated a black man. No. Yeah, Friends.
Friends. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Girls Aloud or Spice Girls?
Girls Aloud.
Same.
Girls Aloud.
Same.
Girls
I
Aloud.
feel like there's like a massive hype of Spice Girls, and I like Spice Girls, but I feel like because we're a bit younger, we don't appreciate them as much. Whereas Girls Aloud was more our time.
Yeah, 100%. I love the outfits. It just gives me early 2000s vibes.
Like nostalgia.
Do you remember Top of the Pops?
Or the little fucking wait, what was that?
Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops.
It was on BBC One, and it would have all the music on Top of the Pops. Do you know what
I was thinking of? Do you remember when McDonald's did those toys?
Yes. McDonald's did the toys.
Where they would play music. That's what I thought you meant.
Oh no, Top of the Pops was like a show on BBC One. And like Girls Aloud would perform. Do you remember If There's Any Justice? Lamar?
Oh, I love Lamar. Yeah, I know Lamar.
Yeah, it was all those oldies and they'd all perform every BBC. I don't know. It was a while ago.
I'm going to Google it.
You should. You'd really enjoy it.
But I love Girls Aloud.
Yeah, Girls Aloud were amazing.
I think I would go on a tour. I wouldn't pay like as much I'm paying for Beyonce, but I would like to see Girls Aloud.
I'd pay for the nostalgia. I think nostalgia's...
Do you like Sugar...
I was just about to say Sugar Babes. Sugar Babes or Girls Aloud? Sugar Babes. I'd have to go with Sugar Babes.
I like Girls Aloud, you know.
But Sugar Babes were so good.
They were, but I don't know many songs. Yeah. I could literally name you like 80% of the Girls Aloud songs.
What about Mystique? Do you remember Mystique?
Is that a band?
Yeah, Mystique, early 2000s. And
are they similar to like Liberty X?
Yes and no. They had that girl from X Factor. She's like mixed race and beautiful.
Which one?
She's on X Factor and she's got like a really good laugh. She's got a really good laugh. Oh,
does she do anything now?
X Factor? No, she's just on X Factor now. And maybe she does, I don't know. She's on X Factor. And she's Mystique. No. So scandalous. No.
Sorry, I'm trying. My brain's like trying really hard to think, but I can't.
Okay, you would have enjoyed Mystique.
I'm gonna Google it as soon as we're done.
You should. Next question. Yeah, this is a good game.
I like this one.
I like this game.
Okay, Birmingham boys or London boys?
Okay. Okay. Birmingham boys are a bit dirty, a bit crusty, can't lie. I feel like Birmingham boys, but they're home. I feel like London boys are more unpredictable because this is London, this is the city. I don't know what you're going to do next. I don't understand what's going to go on with a London boy, but a Brum boy, they're a bit predictable. But maybe that's because I'm from...
But you've also said in your music you need a man from Brum.
I do need a man from... You know what? I did say that. I did, didn't I?
See, this is how you know I do my research.
You did do your research. Okay, Birmingham boys are fun. I'll say they're fun, but so tapped. Majority of them are so tapped. I remember... Actually, I went on a date with a Birmingham guy. I didn't really like him. I didn't really know if I liked him. But he walked into his chair and he said fiddlesticks.
Oh, right.
What?
Different.
Why are you saying fiddlestick? I don't know. What? Just put me off. Gave me the ache. Birmingham men for you. Weird.
So you picking London? Do you know, it depends on what part.
I need a middle ground. What's the middle of Birmingham and London?
Probably like...
Cov? No.
Oh no, Cov's dirty. Cov's very dirty.
How is it?
Very.
Is
like very.
What's the middle ground of Birmingham and London?
Probably Coventry, but Coventry isn't very nice.
No. I would have to.
It depends. Oh, sorry, Birmingham.
Yeah. Birmingham.
Okay. I've met some lovely boys from Birmingham. Oh. There's one in particular, but he's too short.
Oh, bless his heart. He's a good soul.
He's very cute. He is very cute.
Do you think size matters though? Like, is height something that you really like? Think, yeah, this has to.
I say it as a joke, but I like to think, like, the pool is so small. If I meet someone who's perfect and short, I can't say no to that.
Yeah, I hear thee.
So text me.
Perfect and short.
I did actually. I'm pretty sure I actually messaged when he didn't reply.
Sorry. I think short girls try really hard.
They do, but they're compensating.
Yeah. But I don't mind that compensation sometimes. You should try harder, as you should. If you're tall and lame, why are you going to make an effort? You know you're lame.
Would you date someone shorter than you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, cool.
I think
a lot of girls are quite funny about that.
I would.
I like that.
Because I know they compensate. And I don't mind. I like a goodie bag of compensation.
So like the last guy who I dated, he was 5'7". I'm 6'6", yeah. Okay. Not 6'6", or but like 6, so 6 foot. And he was literally he's the biggest wet sack I know. No, we get on. We're if he sees us, he'll laugh. He's the biggest wet sack I know. Like he literally worshipped the ground that I walked on. He worshipped the ground that I walk on.
Did you not like that?
Not really, no.
No. Do you kind of want to be treated like shit?
Man, not even. I just want someone who is like really nice when I'm with them, but like they don't suffocate me.
I hear thee.
I feel like I'm asking for a lot though. I just want like decent conversation, good music taste, and someone with good teeth, and then I'm cool.
Would you say that you feel suffocated because it's safe?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of quitters like have attachment issues. So I think that's part of it.
Attachment issues. So would you say that you have attachment issues?
Yeah, low key. But then I also think when I meet my person, that won't be a problem. But
attachment in what way though? That you don't want to be attached?
Like scared of commitment issues more. Oh, commitment issues. Sorry, not attachment issues.
Would you say that's abandonment issues then?
Maybe.
I definitely have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
Oh, big ones. It's in my music, especially the new stuff that's coming out. Big, huge abandonment issues. I actually have sabotaged a lot of relationships.
Me and you both.
And I look back and I'm like, Roz, that's a nice man that you're doing a bit dirty, Roz.
I feel like people just want what they can't have.
Yeah. There's that. But it's not even wanting what you can't have. You want something that you know is going to hurt you because you can't have it. So maybe it's the hurt that you're attracted to because you've been so hurt in the past.
I was talking to a really good friend the other day and he was saying to me, Because obviously, I think the issue for a lot of people when they're in relationships, they want it to be like exciting and fun all the time. And my friend said to me, it was like, we need to normalize it just being normal, not being exciting, not being toxic, just normal. Because when you've got like work and other commitments, you can't be having fun like every week. It just isn't the case. But stability is enough for a lot of people, which I hear. I think we expect too much, especially as Gen Z.
I think those highs in those relationships are what people get attached to, and the crashing lows, because there's no middle ground, and a lot of people can't actually handle stable because they're not used to stable.
This is what it is.
A lot of people are dysfunctional.
Yeah. I'm a child of divorce. That's my excuse.
Cheers to that, man. Cheers. Honestly, same. I'm a child of divorce. I didn't realise how much it messed me up until I was in a long time.
Very subconsciously, it does.
Yeah. Honestly, the way you bond with people,
the way you like perceive love.
100%. I didn't realise how twisted it was. I would always leave before I was left. Because
because you're scared that it's gonna fuck up. Yeah.
Oh my God, 100%.
No.
And then that's self-sabotaging.
Ruins it already.
Why are you leaving? Why? Any little thing, I'd just go.
Yeah.
But like, that's it. I'm leaving. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Literally, right. And I think subconsciously, some musicians put themselves in toxic situations to be able to have content to write about. That's a thing.
I think Kalani does that.
Yeah, but we like that.
I do like her music. I was meant to see her in Brum actually not too long ago, but it was really the roads were really icy or something. My mum was like, "I don't think you should go," and I was like, "That's basically your way of saying that I'm not allowed to go." She's like, "Yeah, pretty much."
That's a cute mum though.
Very.
Just looking out for the roads.
So like, I think we're still playing the. Actually, hang on. Which one were we on?
What's it? Sorry, we just went on a tangent.
London, right? Birmingham or London, boys. I feel like London, it depends on the area. Because do you spend much time in West London?
No.
So West London's like my go-to because my cameraman's from West London, so that's where I spend most of my time. West London for quiz is very DL, very down low, which is toxic as... I need to stop swearing because I'm going to get in trouble with YouTube. But DL, which is very toxic.
Yeah.
So, but then Birmingham was pretty DL as well, to be fair.
Oh, 100%.
Like...
You've got to understand that, especially the DL community, especially if they're coming from an ethnic community.
Well, yeah, because West London's very Asian and very black.
Yeah, of course it's going to be a huge DL community because they're not safe in their homes.
But then Birmingham's not good either. Okay, I'm going to say London. London boys. I want to ask you a question, though, just before we go back onto this. Yeah. So, like, I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, you make very, like, bad B music.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that?
A little bit.
Are you the type, because you give me like a lot of like confidence and good energy, if you like see like the man them on the dance floor and you like look at them, are you going over? You making moves?
I don't make moves, I just make eyes. I will just, you know, the...
Yeah.
And hope that
does
they
it work?
Get it. Sometimes I'd say about 65% success rate.
That's better than most men.
Yeah, 65%. But you know, I don't really approach guys.
Same.
If I'm honest,
I'm too scared.
I don't want to approach you. Yeah, exactly. The abandonment would never.
I'll tell you a story, right? So I was at a party. This was ages ago. There was a guy that I really, really liked. He's one end of room. Okay, he's at one end of the room and I'm the other end. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. At this point, I think, it's happening. It's happening. He walks to me. I walk to him. He looks into my eyes. At this point, I think, oh, it's definitely going to happen. Puts his hand on my shoulder. And he almost poetically says to me, "Is your friend single?"
Oh, no. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I just thought, geez, let me collapse.
Oh, that's
let me collapse.
Did you do the right thing as a friend?
I was like, he's straight, sorry.
Oh. No, I hear it. I think when in a situation where that happens, you just have to literally go to the bathroom and flush yourself down the toilet. Really? Wow.
I was like, yeah, no, he likes women. Sorry.
Wow. Does your friend actually like women?
No.
Or is that just sabotage?
No, he's gay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
If I can't have him, no one can.
Do you get chaps a lot in clubs? I don't think that happens a lot anymore with our generation.
I do in London. I don't anywhere else.
Don't you feel like our generation is too crippled?
I think because we're so obsessed with the idea of apps and like messaging through like socials, we don't really romanticize the idea of like... Because I love the idea of someone seeing me in the club and approaching me. And even if they weren't my type, I'd probably be more likely to give them a go because I respect the confidence. I'd at least give them my number and talk to them for a bit. Like, I wish I wasn't so shy, because I would definitely do that if I had the, like, I don't know, I guess the confidence to do so. You know?
I have a queer family member who actually said that he prefers talking to people on Tinder and stuff like that. No, Grindr, sorry. Because in real life, just doesn't navigate that way, especially with, like, queer relationships. And I find that quite interesting.
I feel like apps are quite a good way to, like, try to establish something or try and, like, get to know someone. I can appreciate that, but I think it just depends on the person. I'm like a hopeless romantic, low key, as much as I love to, like, slate men, but I do love the idea of meeting someone in person. But I'm not gonna completely shit on someone or shit on myself and meeting someone on an app if that's the case, personally. But
I feel like apps are very sexual based sometimes.
Very.
Because a lot of people can just say exactly what they want. They can be as direct as they need to be. So with that being said, why won't I just send you a nude?
Yeah.
If you like it, you like it. And sometimes people are on that. Sometimes people are on that, you know. So with that being said, I don't always know if it's a safe space to create a meaningful attachment.
So I said this last time I was here. So my mum always says to me, if you want to use dating apps, pay for them. Shows, like, dedication, that you're more interested in, like, something more long-term and substantial compared to, like, just dicking around, which I completely get.
A good point.
I really like that. But then I can't really, I'm not in the position to pay for a dating app.
No, I wouldn't do it. I'm not paying $3.99
Do you know what I mean?
for more flowers to send on Tinder. I'm not doing that. Not doing it. Wouldn't do it. No. But I get it. It's a good point. If you genuinely want love.
It's worked for my mum.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Your mum found someone online?
Yeah, been doing it for like 11 years.
That's rare.
But is that the older generation? Because she would have been like 40 when she met him.
I feel like when you're 40, you're in a different space, though, because you've done it. You've done it. You've had your one-night stands. You've had the situationships. You've got the toxicity out of your system. We're in our 20s. Toxicity is everywhere. Everyone wants to be toxic. Everyone wants to be in a toxic situation. Subconsciously, they do.
Yeah, you're right.
They really do. We get a sick thrill of it. And that's why we're obsessed with Christian Rock and Blueface. Have you heard about them too?
I have.
Subconsciously, you just can't stop looking at them because
true. Yeah, they're all over my For You page.
Because you exporting the algorithm, you are feeding into it. As
Very
am
true.
I, darling.
Yeah,
as am I.
We're compatible.
I know. I feel like the Christian Rock Blueface just goes to show just how much we love watching people self-destruct.
It's like a distraction, though, isn't it, from your own shit?
Oh, 100%. It's a bit shit. Yeah, wish them all the best. I really do. I really do.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Jeez, how have we done this? Okay, right. Rum or vodka? Rum or vodka?
Rum.
Really? That surprises me.
Oh no, but I'm lying.
I listen to
Vodka
your
Red Bull.
I was gonna say I listen to your songs.
Yeah.
There's no rum mentioned in your songs.
Vodka Red Bull. It'd be vodka Red Bull. But rum. Do you know why I said rum? Because rum punch is honestly one of the best things the world can ever offer you.
Yes.
But vodka Red Bull is my go-to, 100%.
I just love Raye and Nephew and mango juice.
Oh, classic.
It's so good. And this is rum.
This is very nice. This is what I mean. This is so good. But if I'm in a club, it's a double vodka Red Bull. That's always my go-to. It has to be a double.
Okay.
Always.
Cool. I'm going to say rum.
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
Fair.
That's
I
all
know.
right. Opposites attract.
We're here, babes. We're here together.
Right. Amy or Lauren?
Oh, why are you doing this?
Because when I think of you, do you like... Let me ask you this before I offend you. Do you like being compared to people? Because some artists really don't like it.
Honestly, I'm in two minds. I get why, because we're always going to sound like our biggest inspirations as artists.
Yeah.
That's who we idolize. That's who we mimic, because that's what we deem to be great. And as artists, we just want to be great. So honestly speaking, I'm never really that offended. So, yeah, with that being said, Amy or Lauren, those are two great. There's so many great people that inspire me. They're definitely up there. Amy, Lauren.
Because Lauren inspired Amy. So it's like a cycle, isn't it?
Interesting.
I think... Oh, sorry, you say first.
No, you go.
So I think Lauryn Hill's the GOAT. I think that's fair to say. I think Lauryn Hill is the GOAT. She has influenced not only female artists. Kendrick Lamar literally credits her all the time. And I think I think to have that much power from one album, which is literally like 26 years old, is like something that not many people can do. Because there's a thing at the moment where people are like releasing albums and taking a 4-year break. You can't do that unless you're Beyonce or Rihanna. You can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like rewind, step back, let's go every 2 years. Do you know what I mean? But I love Amy Winehouse. I think she was very, very talented. A tragic tragic story. Back to Black is from beginning to finish like chef's kiss. But Lauryn Hill.
Yeah,
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. For me, there's a brokenness within Amy Winehouse that I've just always identified with, and I don't know why. But I think to be that broken and vulnerable at the same time you're going through it, they're really trying to put you in rehab, and you're really #1 on the radio for that song. That's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill is the GOAT, period. But Amy, like I said, the brokenness within her is something I think many people can identify with. Substance abuse is something that, like, I've sort of had encounters with, I'd say. And I've got a few family members who deal with substance abuse issues. I don't know, there's a connection there that I feel when it comes to Amy that I can just, I don't know, I gravitate towards Amy just a little bit more.
I feel like if Amy was alive, she wouldn't be making music. I think she'd be like a really cool like producer or songwriter. I don't think she'd be making music. She'd be a bit of a Lauryn Hill who would do like 2 or 3 albums and then just like relax on her like royalties.
I agree.
I think.
And because in the documentaries and stuff, she didn't really want to be on tour.
No.
She does not want to be here. She does not. But do you think she didn't want to be there because of the songs that we're making her do? Back to Black.
I think it's the way the media treated her, to be honest.
Facts.
From what I've seen.
Facts.
I actually, fun fact, so I went to school with someone who used to be really good friends with her goddaughter Dion. You know Dion Bromfield?
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I don't know her, but she has this one song that I love. It's like, ouch, that hurts, come kiss it better.
You'd make a good collab. She lives in London.
Does she?
Pretty sure.
I really enjoyed her voice. It just reminded me of Amy, to be fair.
You can hear the influence, can't you?
Yeah. I loved her music, to be fair. Very nice.
I'm manifesting that collab now.
Come on, Dion. Come find us.
We on. Okay, so last Friday, I usually do this on, I actually usually film on Fridays and Saturdays, but going to Manny tomorrow, so we got shit backwards. So last week, Raye released her highly anticipated debut album. Oh my god, what's it called? I'm the worst. What? My 21st Century Blues. Oh god, I'm so happy. Have you listened to it? I'm gonna recommend it. It's really good. I'm like so excited. What are you saying?
I think Raye is one of those people that I'm just so proud of her. And I'm just so proud of her for being exactly where she is right now. Like watching the TikToks when the label wouldn't let her release music, and now she's released such an incredible piece. It's like, I feel like that's just proof of God's existence. I don't know. Raye, honestly, I pray that she keeps shining the way she's shining, because she's really killing it right now.
So,
doing so good.
I've been quite late to the Raye bandwagon. So did you watch the Leanne documentary from Little Mix?
Yes, briefly.
Yeah, really good. So Raye's in that.
Yeah.
So obviously I've always known Raye as someone who's been like backing track, features, but I've never really known her own stuff. And then obviously TikTok blew up escapism. I was like, this girl's sick. And I've always known who she is, but I've never really been that like in touch with it. And I think she was signed for 6 years. That's ridiculous. And not one album. But I think I see it from both sides, because I don't think Raye would have the exposure she has now if she hadn't have been signed to have then complained about it, to then have got that reach with TikTok, because you wouldn't. And this is the thing, because I think a lot of artists are trying really hard to do the independent thing, which I'm here for, but like, it's really hard to do if you don't have the money. It's the industry low key, let's be honest, is very classist. I've got a friend who's doing incredibly well, very talented, here for him, but however, he has money. He's on like 60,000 monthly listeners, very well, but he has money. Would he be doing as well as Would he be doing as well if he didn't have money? I think so, but we can't say that doesn't help. You know,
of course.
So it's tough.
I think being an independent musician requires not only money, but you got to have a lot of faith, you know, in where you're going. Because it's not even just about the money. It's about, can I keep going like this? Can I actually keep doing this?
Yeah.
You have to be your own everything. I have a friend who's her own videographer. She's the stylist. She's the makeup artist. She's her own producer. You got to wear many, many hats. And that's exhausting. Never mind not having the money on top. That's jarring. This is jarring.
And then, like, on top of that as well, having, like, because realistically, you've probably got a job on the side as well. There are times where I'm not doing it anymore because it's my toxic 2022 trait. Yeah. There are times where, like, I would come home, and because I have this, like, really weird trait where, like, I'm obsessed with editing until I've got it finished. I can't, like, relax. So, like, say I do 4-6. That's my usual slot on a Saturday or Friday. I'll go home, probably chill with whoever in London till about 8, 9, 10. Get home, edit. 4 a.m. I'm there falling asleep at my keyboard because I'm just thinking, oh no, one more second, one more snippet. I don't do it anymore. Yeah. But I think we really don't appreciate how hard a lot of people are working to make their life better for themselves.
Honestly, and a lot of musicians, they're doing this for the love. Music don't even pay what it used to pay because people are not buying CDs. Yeah. People are not doing what they used to do. So with that being said, a lot of artists, you have to support them because we really are doing this for the love.
Does that make then exposure? But then obviously you have Spotify, which is, I think, hit and miss because it's like 0.006 times streams. However, do you not think the reach with Spotify has helped in some ways?
100%. I think Spotify, that's what they make up for robbing you as artists, essentially. Because I feel like the reach that Spotify has is something that an independent artist can't easily access. So it's going to be a nice platform, but you're not really being paid as you should be. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame, but I think the best way to support independent artists right now is to honestly just go and see them. Like, buy a ticket.
People make money from touring.
Yeah, buy a ticket.
There's a few singers who I really like, relatively big artists. Yeah. And they've literally said, if we don't tour, we don't make money. Yeah. And this is people who are like well-known names. Yeah. And if they can't do it, how's everyone else going to cope underneath?
Realistically, you need what? 1 million streams is £2,000. Realistically, that's
rent.
Exactly. You would need that at least to survive in London. I think I need about 6k a month. You know. I got expenses.
Yeah, I understand.
But okay, realistically, even if if I could have 2 million streams a month, $4,000 a month.
That you can cope on that.
You could cope on that. For London, I'm an independent artist. You know, got to buy wigs, got to go out. Okay, that's quite a glamorous. Bit of a glamorous.
I don't think 4K is even that much for London.
It's not though. But it's really not. Even £2,000 is your rent. Realistically, it's your rent. And then the other two, you got to go out. You got to buy groceries. Get a new lipstick, a new little mascara, maybe some shit. You know what? The problem is I'm too much of a glamour girl to survive on £2,000. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. I would like to. I do survive on it, but I don't want to be surviving on it. I'm scraping surviving. I
hear you.
Yeah. So the average glamour girl who is an independent artist would need at least a minimum of 4K. Facts. I'm serious. Is that a lot? It's a lot, isn't it? But it's realistic. That's what we need. $4,000. And you got to go studio, Ubers, and that. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? Fuck, it's a lot.
But no, I am... fucking hell. I'm glad I'm not a singer.
It's a lot. And you got to pay your band. Pay producers, mate, and look good.
Have you considered learning to do production? Because a lot of my friends are doing that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm at uni right now.
Okay, cool.
Learning creative musicianship.
What's your degree?
Creative musicianship.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, that would save it. Because if you buy Logic or something, and then just just do it yourself. Yeah, a lot of my friends are doing that.
It's a vibe. I'm making really shit beats at the moment, but they're getting better. At first, it was literally pots and pans, no cap. Literally pots and pans with a random ooh.
I'm going to piss myself.
No, seriously, it was really bad. But now it's like, okay, Roz, I see the vibe. Not quite the vibe I want.
What year are you in?
See that on the first year.
Cool. Fine.
Yeah, first year. Got 2 years.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
But no, I think this album's really good. I think it's like a story.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like she talks about how she's been controlled and how she's challenging that and how she's, I don't know, I guess kind of just like, it's basically a big fuck you to the patriarchy more than anything else is the album.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really excited for it. I hope it goes number one. Not because I care about numbers like that. I just think it would give her the extra push and exposure she needs because she's worked so hard for such a long time. The more I read about her story, I think this is rough. I'm really happy for her. I'm really happy for her.
I think it will. I think just when a woman rebels and when a woman is sexy as well, it helps. Being sexy and rebellious in this generation helps, and I think Raye has got it.
Raye's very sexy.
Oh my god.
Very sexy.
Oh my god.
Like, gorgeous.
Yeah. Like really hot.
Yeah.
I like the teeth. Good teeth.
Very.
Nice smile. And I like the lyrics as well. The lyrics are interesting. It's not just stupid, bruv. You know, some musicians got stupid lyrics, you know.
But like, I feel like, you know, I saw this on TikTok the other day, but I think sometimes I just want to dance. Sometimes I just want to I don't want to listen to it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why I kind of like, who can I think of for an example? I was going to say Ice Spice, but I don't listen to Ice Spice. Nicki Minaj, to be fair, some of her lyrics are stupid.
Yeah. Oh, but there's lyricism, so it's not stupid. It's very cleverly written. It's stupid lyricism, but the lyricism is very much present, and you have to give Nicki her flowers for that. She makes sure that those lyrics, you know, you think, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's for me. Have you heard Chung Lee?
Chung Lee, of course.
It's where she rhymes King Kong with King Kong.
But she can do that because she's queen. She can do that. She can do that. You know, Nicki Minaj is one of those people who I feel like she's another one who can do no wrong because they have stood in their space and been the queen of their space.
Yeah, for such a long time.
That you have no choice but to give them their flowers. And they're iconic. She's iconic.
Okay, here's a question then.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj or Lauryn Hill?
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
Hill taught Nicki Minaj. It's crazy. Lauryn Hill is the go, period. Lauryn Hill every time. And I think Lauryn Hill, for me, is how God-fearing she is as well.
Say that again, sorry.
For me, it's how God-fearing Lauryn Hill is. She's very grounded in her faith. I really like that.
Yeah, I've seen her live actually in Birmingham with my parents.
Really?
Yeah. She was very late.
Oh wow.
She's very known for being very late.
Of course.
But hey.
Black people time. I think there's something within my skin.
Well, yeah, you messaged me and you're like, I'm going to be late. I was like, so am I.
And I even said black people's time. I think there's just something wrong with black people and punctuality. Yeah, and I can say that because I'm black. Yeah. Yeah, I've got issues with that.
Okay, so, right, the Grammys.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I said last year I wasn't going to moan about it again this year, but I'll leave Beyonce till last. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what's your take and your perception and award shows? Are you for them? Do you give them much for? Are you just, what are you saying?
I think as an artist, as a musician, we always dream of having an accolade.
Yes.
To be given to us.
For sure.
Because of music. I mean, I close my eyes and think, oh yeah, imagine me with a Melba. Oh yeah, imagine me with a Grammy. Oh,
Melba, that'd be sick.
Lovely. Imagine me with a Brit. Oh, lovely. But because the Grammys, if you look at it, a lot of the artists who win Grammys are signed under huge labels. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's that. However, okay, I'm for the Grammys because I do think that they deserve to be accoladed, you know. Kendrick Lamar, incredible, been on top of his game.
Oh yeah, very happy for him.
Killing it, years. Lizzo, she's been doing her thing for years. Samara Joy, finally a jazz artist being highlighted.
People were really surprised about that. Really surprised.
She deserves that. She deserves that. She's been grafted. I love jazz. I grew up on jazz. Mm-hmm. So watching her win the award, I was like, yay, you get him. You get him, Samara Joy. Great artist. I think that they are necessary for artists to be accoladed. Although some people might not like how they are done, it's necessary for artists to have them, because what's the point of me working all this time, making EPs, making albums for what? Oh, thanks, it was really good. No, give me a Grammy. Are you mad? Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't go through all of them because we will be here forever.
Okay.
But like, I think Kendrick got 3 out of 4 of the rap ones. Brilliant album, Mr. Mr. Morale, and the Big Stoppers.
I think I listened to maybe one song.
Oh, okay.
But I just love Kendrick anyway.
Okay.
I'm kind of like, how can I put it? I kind of discard artists when they do really well.
Yeah.
It's messed up because you're for the world now. You know,
they're not yours anymore.
No.
The gatekeeping's disappeared.
Yeah, you're for the streets. So I'm watching my little babies, the little artists, small time artists. I'm waiting for them to bloom until I can just disregard them. It's kind of sick.
Sound like a foster parent.
I do, don't I? It's sick, but that's how I feel. I feel like
So Kendrick got 3 out of 4. Really happy about that. The album was very good, very well thought out. I think Kendrick is he my favourite rapper? He's one of my favourite rappers. I think he's the most. Tell you what, out of all the modern rappers, he's the most consistent with good work. I think a lot of rappers do really well and then they go a bit downhill. But I would say all of Kendrick's projects have been pretty like high standard consistently.
Okay.
So I'm here for that.
Okay, I hear thee. I agree with that. He definitely has a high standard of work that he puts out. I'll give him that, and it's unique. Unique, isn't it? It's always interesting when an artist is in their own lane. You know,
and I like how I wouldn't be able to compare him to anyone.
Exactly, because he's in his own lane.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how I feel about like artists like Coffee.
I love Coffee.
Right? You're in your own lane. I can't compare you to anybody.
Yeah.
You do you, and I love that you do you. You know? Interesting. Green Tea Pain. Check her out. In her own lane.
On it.
Yeah.
Okay, new artist, Samara Joy. I don't know who that is.
Papa Jazz. When you're cleaning, you know.
She black?
Yeah, she's a black queen. Okay. You know when you're cleaning beyond like your fridge or like, I don't know, just cleaning in the cupboard or taking off your boxers, putting on something else that's comfy. Like some Samara Joy on.
Right, noted.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay. So Song of the Year, Just Like That, Bonnie Raye. I don't know who that is. I did listen. I think she's like an old lady, I think. But big up her. I don't know how it works, to be fair.
Not
because
big up her. That was shady. Big up her, yeah. I don't know who it is as well.
A record, Lizzo, About Down Time. I love that song. Great song.
Love Lizzo.
Love her. Do you know, have you seen her man?
He's quite hot.
He's nice. Very nice.
I just love that Lizzo exists, period. I love her spirit, I love her energy. I love the fact how diverse she is in everything she does.
Yes.
She explores inclusion.
I love the space that she's made for like bigger women.
Yeah, for being plus size.
So important.
Do you know what? Do you know, as a plus size woman, I sometimes feel like I'm in a different category. And I feel like, but why?
Yeah.
But why? You'll be surprised how many men out there would love to have relations with that big gal. So why you'll be surprised how many top rappers are sleeping with humongous women. Fun fact. I won't throw no shade.
No.
But like I don't understand why it's so like I don't know.
I don't know. For me, like I just really like my main attraction has always been faces, like nice faces, pretty faces, handsome faces.
Yeah.
So if someone was to be bigger, I'd be like, well, I'd rather them be bigger and having like a nice face. But maybe that's just me being like a better person than most.
Yeah. See, I just see people. Honestly, I just see people. I'm someone like I've always been so nonchalant. Like I remember when I showed my friend a picture of my man, and she was like, "Roz, is this your man?" Oh, and I thought it was the most gorgeous man who ever lived. Honestly, I've always been nonchalant because I just see people as people. It still like baffles me that some people
care so much
about attribute. But then it is important though because we are the aesthetic generation.
Yeah, and you've got to have like initial attraction, but that can only go so far, can't it? But But yeah, big up Lizzo. Obsessed with her.
She got a great performance as well.
Yes, it was very good. Did you watch all of it?
I did.
You're better than most.
Yeah,
I didn't think you'd watch all of it, to be fair.
I did. She did this lovely church note. It was amazing.
Do you know she's actually initially a rapper?
Interesting.
She had a vocal coach for the last 3 years to help with her singing.
Oh, wow.
Which I wouldn't believe because she's a very strong singer, I'd say.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, so and then album of the year, Harry Styles, Harry's House.
See, now Harry Styles is one of those gorgeous,
beautiful. I fancy him a lot. Yeah. Gorgeous. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
Why does he look like that? He looks so good.
Mm.
Personally, I didn't listen to the Harry Styles album, so I can't talk on it.
Okay.
But what I will say is I listened to the Renaissance album, and that blew me away.
Yeah,
blew me away. Great shout out to the queer community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Uncle Johnny, you know what I mean? I think Beyonce is one of those people who I don't even believe is a person at this point. You're just so good. It's not even good. You're like phenomenal at everything your hand touches.
Yeah.
That I can't. Yeah.
I think Beyonce is. I want to word this really well. There's no one like Beyonce. She's one of a kind. She's probably. This is a big statement. I would say she is the most talented artist of our generation, 100%. The way that she has versatility and she's able to create a new sound, a new aesthetic every time. And she's been doing it for 25 years.
Facts.
There's no one like her. Mm-hmm. And I think Renaissance was so different but so good.
Facts.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for her to even create space and to create a body of work which I don't know, like uplifts the black queer community.
Yeah. Facts.
Like I don't really understand what else she needs to do to an album of the year, because let's be honest, like my winner is Beyonce.
Yeah. I think because I have a friend actually who was like, Beyonce is not that great. I don't understand the hype. I almost ripped his eyeballs out. I just couldn't believe like what you're telling me. And it's been, a lot of people don't analyse that Beyonce's been on top of her game for so long. And I think the Renaissance album, because it was a shout to the black queer community, no one's realising that they don't have this. The black queer community, they don't have someone on that height making an album, which I think is very iconic and a huge step for the black queer community. Don't you think?
Very much so.
No one's done that.
No
one's, and it's so important.
And I think the good thing is she's not exploiting. She's giving credit.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously Harry Styles has had a lot of issues with queer baiting. Whereas Beyonce, she's actually, even in her speech, she was like, I thank the queer community for creating this genre and making this space for me to create this body of work.
Facts. This is why Beyonce is a queen. And this is why I just won't accept smack. Any smack talk of Beyonce. Try anyone else, I promise you I don't give a crap. Beyonce, I just won't have it. I won't have any of it. She's queen for a reason, and she really went off on Renaissance. And it's a shame she didn't win Album of the Year. But at the same time, I haven't really heard of Harry Styles' music, so I can't really say.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad music. He's not bad, but like, I just think Harry Styles' music isn't bad, right? Let's put that out there before people go mad. Harry Styles' music isn't bad, but I think Beyonce has managed to maintain this amazing career for 25 years. How many other people can do that? Not many. Yeah. And I think the cultural significance that Beyonce has had with Renaissance is we've never seen it before. So I think when people are getting loud at, Beyonce, because she's the most awarded Grammy artist of all time, but they're urban categories, it's not the same. She deserves Album of the Year. How many of your favourites can be in the game for 25 years and make consistent and very, very good bodies of work for as long as her, and then to tribute the queer community as well, and you still don't want to give her flowers?
Facts.
Nah, sorry. Album of the Year should be for Beyonce.
I agree. I agree. It should be. It should be. When you paint it like that, but it should be. But I also need to give out a shout for Harry Styles, because I feel like being the way he's queer baiting is actually quite hard, because in the British society we are so discriminatory towards queer people. Like
very.
Sam Smith, I didn't think anything of Sam Smith until I saw
it's awful, isn't it?
Mate, what they're doing to him is pretty disgusting, and you have to be quite strong to be out there the way, Harry Styles is. So I'll give him that. You got to give him props for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Smith, what did you think of he won the...
Oh, holy. Well, so obviously Kim Petras is the first trans person to win a Grammy, so I'm really happy for them and her.
Yeah.
No, I don't really like the song, to be honest, but I'm happy for them, and I like Sam Smith. I think they're very talented, very cool, but I'm happy for... I actually wrote that down. I don't know why I didn't mention it, but I'm happy for them.
Me too. I think
good representation. We need to I really like do I have any trans friends that are artists? I don't think so, but I think it's really nice and refreshing to it's the first pavement movement, whatever you want to call it, first step for trans people to have more recognition in music. So I'm really happy to see it. Yeah.
I have some trans friends, and I think that's really nice for them.
Yeah, I've got some trans friends, just not friends that are entertainers. But no, I love Sam Smith, so I am really happy for them. But
I loved what do you think of the Devil performance? Devil performance. The Devil, not the... So basically, the performance, Sam Smith's performance was quite satanic, as people...
Was this Sam Smith?
Yeah, Sam Smith.
So I haven't seen it, but I think it's a bit mean. Because I think if a woman had have done it, they would have been and obviously I love the women. Do you know what I mean? I never want to bring down women, never. But I think if a woman had done it, they wouldn't have made as much as a reaction. But Sam Smith, they did get quite nasty.
Yeah.
I think because I think they're the happiest and they're the most comfortable they've ever been. And people don't like that. But I think they're having fun. Let them do it.
Yeah. I think because the song is unholy. What did you expect? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are like, oh my God, this is Christian sacrilege. This is... The song's called Unholy. And I honestly, Sam Smith, when they first came out, I was literally just like, wow. Wow, this is good. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. No, because there's so many artists that come out and I promise you they don't make sense. And I'm not throwing shade, but there's a rare few that I've connected with.
Yeah.
In
Frank Ocean's mine.
You see?
And Kalani.
Yeah, Frank Ocean. I love...
And Scissor.
Kalani's really hot.
Very.
Really, really.
Very, yeah.
I love my underground artists too much. My little bebes. You'll see when they blow up.
Yeah.
Remember,
we'll come back in a year or two and I'll be able to say you were right.
Yeah. Do you know what? This happens to me a lot. I remember when I discovered K-Coke when I was really young in school, and then he sort of blew up and then sort of disappeared. But I did predict that would happen. I did. And I predict Green Tea Peng. I predict.
You should be getting some of the royalties now, really.
I should.
If we're being technical.
Yeah. I predict Green Tea Peng.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
A year and a half in the making.
I know. But here we are. I just want to thank you so much for having me on. I'm so grateful. This is my first ever podcast interview. I'm
going to manifest the next time I see you. You're headlining a big show. Obviously, I'm backstage.
Yeah, obviously.
Cool.
Obviously. Yeah.
What are your socials, please? Where can my people find you?
I am Rozzz Queen. Rozzz Queen. From on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere.
Sweet.
Rozzz Queen, 3 Zs. You'll find me. ROZZZ.
I'll put it in the bio anyway.
Yeah.
Also.
Please do.
Will do. Of course.
Yeah. Listen to my tunes. Yeah.
Sweet. I find outros really awkward.
I know. How does one finish this?
I just say thank you for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Share.
I know your people are watching. So if the subscribe count hasn't gone up, I know why. So
yeah, I hear thee.
Right.
I hear thee.
Let's go.
Goodbye, my lovers. Goodbye, my.